This is some of the worst advice that people get given every single day. It's your age. This is something I hear from patients every single day. Either they say that it's because of their age, or most commonly, that's only a small portion. Most commonly, it's that they've been told by a practitioner, whether it's a doctor, a physiotherapist, many different types of practitioners, even maybe another chiropractor, that the problem is their age. It's all age related. For me, honestly, this is one of the most lazy pieces of advice that anybody can give. However, for a lot of people, honestly, it's just a bit of a cop-out. It's not really true. For some people, it's going to be that maybe their age is a factor, but it doesn't mean it's going to be the cause of everything. And by doing that, it's just a lazy way to not have to diagnose or to really find out what's happening with this person or to find out another solution for them. I completely understand why some would make this choice, especially if, say, you're a medical doctor and you're working in A&E. Your job is about keeping people alive. It's not about trying to help someone if they're having some aches and pains and some chronic issues which may be affecting their quality of life. Your goal is to make sure that they don't die. Of course, in these cases, this is where I have empathy and understanding that maybe that's where they just may be very busy. They have a lot of patients to see. This is where it can be more understandable. But frankly, if somebody's going to see someone, like whether it's chiropractor, physiotherapist, even say a specialist, and they basically said to them, oh, it's all because of your age, a lot of the time it isn't even true. There's a patient I saw this week who was in their 50s. They were having issues, including some neck issues, some shoulder issues, some headaches, and they were told it was their age. That doesn't make sense. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never seen in any medical textbook, whether it's a medical, chiropractic, any kind of textbook, where it said that there's age-related headaches or age-related neck pains. These things may get worse over time, and because of aging, it may slow down the process of healing, but age is not something which causes something. It's not like saying I had an accident or an injury. Mental stress can be a bigger factor, but age is just something that slows down the healing process. Over time, it's very common that eyesight will deteriorate. It's common that our hearing may change. We may not be able to hear as many different frequencies as we do when we're younger. But if somebody tells me that they have ringing in one side and they're in their 50s and it's purely related to age, I'm not buying it. So while age can be a factor in terms of slowing down processes, it is not a viable reason why we can tell people for many, many conditions that this is why they have these problems. It can be due to other things in their lifestyle. And sometimes it's not a comfortable thing to tell somebody that because maybe they're not as active, they're not eating as well, they're not managing their stress, they're not having as much sleep, that maybe these are the bigger factors which are causing it rather than their age. But sometimes this is the case. And there are also other cases where you have people who really try hard. They're really working on their health. They're exercising regularly. They are eating healthy. They are managing stress. They're doing all these different things, and they're still told it's their age. And in those cases, that's where I feel like they just need more of an analysis to see what's happening with them. And they need to see the right practitioner who understands more about what's happening with their case. I'm a chiropractor. I've been a chiropractor for the past 10 years. I've seen thousands of patients. At this point, I see loads of patients with things like dizziness, headaches, migraines, facial pain, neck issues, shoulder issues, arm issues, much more neurological, generally kind of anything more neck related. But I've never seen somebody where it's purely just due to their age. Because for some of these symptoms I've mentioned, like say something like dizziness, I've seen patients in their 20s and patients in their 80s with fairly similar presentations. And no matter what anybody tells me, people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, they're not old. We have all these advancements in medical treatments and in medical care. People are and should be able to live much longer, fuller, richer lives. Yeah, maybe they need to change things about their lifestyles and their habits. But this is something which should be available to everyone. So age as a concept, to be honest, should actually be becoming less of a factor, not more. But I definitely feel like I've seen more of a trend of people being told it's due to their age, and that's the cop-out. The problem with this, and the reason why it's more dangerous, the reason why I'm making this video, is because if people are told it's their age, it's the easiest way to go, oh, I give up. I don't need to do anything. It's not my fault. I don't have to make any changes. I don't have to see anyone. Nobody can help me. It's just because of my age. There's nothing that can really happen about this. But that's not the case for lots and lots and lots of problems and conditions. If you've been to the doctor, maybe you have a specific kind of symptom or condition and you've been told it's your age, comment age down below and follow us for more information.